Some analysts calling this presidential race an unpopularity contest as frontrunners Donald Trump and Hillary Clinton keep racking up the delegates despite both of them sporting pretty high unfavorables. Joining me now, Fox News media analyst and the host of MediaBuzz, Howard Kurtz. Hello there, Howie. Your latest column looks a little bit at the mainstream media and how they're just going apoplectic of people who actually support Donald Trump. I don't... It's like they just can't seem to understand that somebody might like this candidate.
Well, it's kind of a bizarre situation when you have all of the leading candidates, including Ted Cruz, with negative ratings, unfavorables of 50% or higher. So some pundits on the right are depressed because they feel like either Cruz or Trump as a nominee with those high negatives going into the fall could hand the White House to Hillary Clinton. And some pundits on the left are kind of tearing their hair out because they say we should easily win this thing, but the polls show Hillary being regarded as unexciting and untrustworthy, and maybe she ends up handing it to the Republicans. So they're bummed out is the best way to put it.
Bummed out. Can you explain this to me? You know, when you watch the other channels, you read a lot of this stuff, and it seems like so many people in the mainstream media are trying to spin Donald Trump's campaign evolution as something like, we can't trust this guy. There must be something else going on. What do you make of all that?
Well, keep in mind that from the very beginning of his campaign, so many in the mainstream media either were hostile to Donald Trump or mocked him as a kind of a clown and a sideshow and all of that. And, of course, he runs against the media and very successfully. So now journalists look at these high negatives, 60, 70%, particularly among groups like women, and they say, aha, Trump can't win, except we heard over and over again how Trump would never even come close to winning the nomination. Now he's within striking range. What happens is that people may tell pollsters they don't like you, but some of those people may not even show up at the polls. If you have an intense, committed group of loyalists who do like you, as Trump clearly does in these Republican primaries, that intensity may matter more than the people who at least tell pollsters they don't.
All right, I want to ask you about another story that's in the news right now, and that's something that's going on over at ABC, and that is Kelly Ripa and Michael Strahan, and what on earth is going on there? We've heard different variations of the story, some that she was blindsided, some that, you know, they never liked one another to begin with. What are your sources telling you about what happened?
Both things are true. Insiders tell me that
Really?
Kelly Ripa and Michael Strahan have not gotten along for some time. Also, she was blindsided by the news that ABC was going to move Strahan, who I've interviewed, a very talented guy, wasn't a bad football player either, to full-time role on Good Morning America, thereby taking away her co-host. She finds out this, you know, the day before he's going to go on and tell the world. So she boycotts. She's a no-show on her own show all week. So Strahan is in the awkward position of saying, oh, I love Kelly Ripa, she's been so good to me, and she's not even there. But the reason this is more than just a soap opera is that it's a debacle for ABC because these morning shows are sold as their family. They're coming into your breakfast area. They all love each other. They go out and they party. And so when as we saw when NBC botched the firing of Ann Curry, when it gets revealed that they really don't like each other and that they're talking smack behind each other's back, it really kind of undermines that feeling that these are really likable people who get along and therefore you should like them as well.
That is such a shame. I thought they liked one another. Your sources say otherwise.
I thought so too.
You know what? They need to come in on Fox and Friends because we actually hang out and like each other. Along with John Scott, too.
You're the exception.
And you can come along
couch.
as well. Howie Kurtz.
I'd love to.
Thank you so much. Well, have a great day and a great weekend.
Thanks, Heather.